You're listening to The Brett Davern Show, live daily on Adobe Radio.
There's a lot of things that I can't say about it.
Why not?
Because this is the morning show.
Oh, well.
But, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever blushed that hard in my whole life.
Yeah. Who made you blush the most?
My producer, who,
Yeah?
when she is not a producer, and when she's on her own show, for real though.
The girls like to have fun.
Listen, I'm just saying that I sit in your seat and produce that show, and you guys made me so uncomfortable, but like in a good way. Like I was just like, because I know all three of you, you know, but I mean, I don't even think uncensored does it justice, because it wasn't like cursing or anything. It was just like,
It was real.
well, it was, listen though, it was just like I can't believe she just said that.
It's the Brett Davern Show.
Yeah. No talking about bleaching on this show.
Hair tips? Brought to you by Adobe Radio. In partnership with Nice Guy Digital.
Some of these things girls do. Girls, women, ladies, whatever. Oh, man.
Highlights.
Oh,
We record live in beautiful North Hollywood, California. On today's episode, actor Harvey Guillen is coming in and he's gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about The Magician, the Thundermans. He's in all the funny things. I'll tell you the best thing I've seen so far today. And Brett tries to recover from the recording from last night.
I'm still giggling. Like a fourth grader that just learned about bleaching.
That's the one that really got you, huh?
Oh, man. Oh. And your rendezvous with dudes with accents.
Yeah, episode 2 is a doozy. Let's get to the guy who's graduated high school 3 times.
That's me.
Your new best friend.
Yeah.
Brett Davern!
Listen up, everybody. This is our show. Thank you for joining us live on iAdobe Radio, or subscribing on YouTube, or tuning in on Facebook Live, or wherever you get your podcasts. We love all of you, and thank you for spreading the word about our show. We're getting text messages all the time, and you guys are the best. You've really taken to this spreading the word and engaging with us, and we love you for that. And honestly, it's what keeps us inspired to wake up this early every single day. I got a text message right here from the 530. I've been binge watching your show on YouTube since I met you in Mammoth and you told me about it.
Nice.
And another binger. Good stuff. Thank you for texting in, everybody. We love you. And just tell your friends. Just text your friends. Hey, there's this new fun show. They talk about ridiculous things and have fun with celebrities sometimes, and it's a good time. That's all you got to do. That's all we ask. The show is free. That's how you can pay us back. If you want to shout out a friend or shout out us or with us, you can call the show anytime, 1-888-99-IDOBE, or you can email us, bdsfans@adobe.com. Or if you want to join the conversation instantly and send a text message, put bdsfans@adobe.com into your texting, where you usually put a phone number, compose your text, and press send, and it ends up on this iPad in front of me. Once again, that address is bdsfans @IDOBI.com. All right. Woo! Lots of big show to get to today. Your boy is tired. Up late, recording a new show to iDoby Radio, for real though, starring, it's Katie's show. Also right. With her friends Jillian Rose Reed, who played Tamara on Awkward, and Bianca Bethune, who played Cherie
on Switched at Birth.
And oh man, it was one heck of a recording night. Anyway, before we get to all that though, good morning, Boy Wonder.
Good morning, Brett.
And Matadocious.
Good morning, Brett.
And Katie LeClaire.
Today's Mardi Gras.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, get out there and start spelling things wrong, everybody.
That's not what I thought you were going to go with.
Well, they just spell everything wrong. It's like...
The French do.
Well, no. Well, yes, but like Leclerc, you mean?
Yeah.
But also, like down there in New Orleans, like, you know, they root for the LSU Tigers. Oh, them there Tigers, they go down there. That's my Creole, sort of. Anyway, they spell everything wrong. It's like Go Tigers, Geaux, Tigers. You know, which isn't even how the French spell go.
No.
The French spell go more
just extra
pretentious
dumb.
than that.
I don't know, an X is pretty pretentious.
Yeah. But the French spell go like this. Go. I don't even know how you spell that. Anyway. But Mardi Gras is cool. I've never been to Mardi Gras. I would go to Mardi Gras.
I would go to Mardi Gras.
Oh, yeah. Any party in New Orleans, which is not how you should say it, I will be at. Don't say New Orleans. Say New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Or Nolans.
Well, don't do that unless you're from there. But yeah, New Orleans. I love that town.
Yep.
Great town. Great city. I really... You guys, I'm not just trying to like push our own show either. I am not over what happened last night in this studio. This Thursday, For Real Though, premieres on iDoby Radio at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Set a reminder for yourself and then tune into iDoby Radio because...
Unless your last name is LeClaire.
These three ladies...
If your last name is LeClaire, do not listen to this show.
Crazy things, and they are very real, and it's interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, you get so embarrassed every time we play that intro to the Master Debate with your brother, Denny. You get so embarrassed. This is so crazy. And then you come in here and start talking about bleaching areas of your body and hooking up with dudes with accents and... Jillian's talking about Marty and dishing all their stories, and Bianca's got...
Stories were told.
Her boyfriend, who we're calling Now Bae.
Now Bae.
Oh my God, you guys.
It's the Bae for right now.
This is going to be your new bingey show that you guys love. I promise. Yes? Oh, no? You okay? Oh, Boy Wonder is freaking out.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Bleaching.
That's what you just... That's
it's a new world,
that's
everybody.
Your go-to.
Well, I don't want to give away everything. Well, there's one other one that I'm not going to talk about that Katie talked about, and wow.
If your last name is LeClaire, just skip it.
All I'm saying is if you were embarrassed by just the intro that we play sometimes for that silly thing, I can't believe that stuff was coming out of your mouth. But then again, there was tequila and champagne involved. So, you know.
It's true.
Ooh. Speaking of For Real, though, this is Having a Blast by Green Day.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on iDoby Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
You're listening to The Brett Davern Show with that other guy from that one show on MTV. Yeah, you know, Brett Davern on iDoby Radio.
It's the best thing Katie's seen so far today.
The headline is, avalanches of oranges cascade out of cars following police chase.
And that's the best thing Katie's seen so far today. Avalanches?
You have to see these photos.
Avalanches of oranges?
Literally avalanches.
We'll put the photos up on the YouTube video.
Here's what happened.
Wait, hold on. Before I ask you that, somebody texted in during the break from the 413. Can't start my mornings without listening to you guys. Much love from Massachusetts. And that's the first time they've texted.
Ooh.
I love first-time texters. If you're sitting out there and you haven't texted before, now's the time.
That person's not a masshole.
BDSfans@idobi.com. Put it in and send a text. First-time texters. Wait, what's your emoji today? Yesterday was sushi.
The
Quick.
car.
A car?
Yeah, the red race car.
The red race car.
Yeah.
Go, everybody. Come on, Massachusetts. Get in on it. I just love first-time texters. Okay, now wait.
Okay.
Avalanches of oranges. What are you talking about?
In Seville, Spain, 3 cars were following very close to each other and driving erratically. So there was a high-speed pursuit. And then when the police finally got these cars to pull over, there was 8,800 pounds worth of oranges. That equates to a value of $1,700 worth of oranges.
Wait, the fruit?
The fruit, yeah.
Oranges. Round oranges.
Yeah. So they were, it's a family. They were all family members.
$1,700 worth in each car or all together?
In each car. There's 3 different cars, and all 3 cars were overflowing with
all right.
oranges.
So we're
it looks like one of those pranks where you packing peanuts
in the car. So just shy of
$6,000? No, it's $1,700
per car. So 3 cars.
Oh,
right?
Sorry, I misunderstood. $1,700 total.
Yeah. Oh, $1,700 total?
Yeah, but 8,000 pounds worth of oranges.
That's hilarious.
So you can have this many oranges, but you have to have proper documentation, and they did not.
How
they said that they got the oranges from
so
a mass
heavy.
shipment, collecting oranges along the way as they were driving.
It's so heavy that how do you in a high-speed chase your car would be all unbalanced and hard to
It is
maneuver?
silly looking.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let me see.
They needed a lot of vitamin C.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's weird.
What? That's weird. Oh, man. I'm surprised it wasn't in Valencia, Spain. Get it? Because it's oranges? Or maybe Mandarin, China? Is that a place? I don't think that's it. That's more of a language, I think. Maybe they were speaking Mandarin.
Oh.
Oh, this is bad. Those
Dad
are bad.
jokes.
Those are bad
Jeez.
ones. Dad jokes for days. And believe me, if I could think of a place called Naval, I would have gone with it. I bet the drivers were a bunch of cuties. Oh.
You got one more?
Yeah. If they get to heaven, they'll probably get extra halos. Oh.
I just wanted to use a buzzer. It was actually a good one. It was a good one.
Oh, and when they were pulled over, they were listening to... Oh, isn't there a song about Clementine? Oh, I really messed it up.
There is. Cream?
Clementine. What, Cream? What?
Isn't that the band?
I don't know. Creamed Clementines? Sounds like...
That's for real, though.
Sounds like something to talk about on For Real, though. Oh, boy. Well, got a bunch of red race cars, Katie.
Nice.
Yep. I like the people texting in. What else? What else you want to talk about? Whatever you want.
Whatever I want?
Whatever. I'm kind of scared to ask you that after last night, to be honest.
You're making out to be very salacious.
It was, here's the thing. I want to be clear, though. It was salacious, but it was also educational.
Educational how?
What do you educational how? Educational in I didn't know those things about you or the ladies.
Like you as a male listener learned how girls talk to each other? Is that what you're saying?
Both.
Okay.
Both, actually. I didn't know those things about you guys as your friend. You know what I mean?
Because you're not a female, so you don't hear those stories.
I don't know. I mean, we spend so much time together, and there's stories I have never heard. There's stories that make me go, I've. How much am I stuttering during talking about this?
A lot. Episode 2 is a little bit more free.
Yeah. They kept taking tequila shots. But
Ruby did us right, all right?
they have a mascot on their show already. You guys really got to listen to this show. Anyway, no, I learned things. So educational in the way that I learned things about you guys just as your friend that I didn't know, that I was like, what? And then educational, yes, in like, is that how ladies talk to each other? That's crazy. I think it's interesting that you guys as you guys were talking about, like Valentine's Day, and like, so it got into like talk of like sexy times with boys, and maybe not boys. Anyway, what are you doing to me? I'm not.
Oh, you're not
Wait,
ready?
hold on, pause it.
Sorry.
And what I found interesting, and I think, and you guys thought it was funny how much it was making me blush and just go like, oh my gosh. And then I was trying to explain to you after the show that I think when dudes talk to each other, they're more apt to use like euphemisms and like dumb, like turns of phrases and things that we've come up with as to talk about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you ladies use more like of the clinical
Give me an
terms
example,
for things.
Brett.
And I was just like, whoa. Like, it kind of makes you just go like, oh, I can't give you an example on the morning show.
I wonder if a female listener would have the same reaction.
Probably
or if
not.
That's just like you straighten your back because you're a dude.
Yeah. Well, I didn't grow up, I grew up with a brother. I didn't grow up with like sisters. And so just like to hear, it's just kind of like, whoa. Anyway. I'm
We'll
excited.
talk with them on Thursday.
Yeah,
They're going to come in on
see
Thursday.
what the people are going to think about that. All right. Well, that's enough of that. We're going to take a break and then we'll come back with Harvey. Get into things with him. Get me out of here, Justin. This is Susto. This one's called Acid Boys.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
The Brett Davern Show is not only an awesome radio show, but you can watch episodes for free on YouTube. YouTube.com/The Brett Davern Show. Adobe Radio.
All right, we're going to not talk about the things we were talking about during the break. Oh, jeez. I can't get over it. And then Harvey comes in here and he's like, oh, you don't talk about that? I'll talk about that. And I was like, we're not talking about that. All right, so we're going to switch gears. Harvey Guillen,
Yes.
by the way, was informed we've been saying it wrong. Guillen, the double L. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's confusing, for
Guillen.
white guys like me. I come out here to L.A., and I'm driving around, I see all the double L's on all the street signs, and I'm pronouncing everything La Jolla.
La Jolla.
And things like that. Yeah, La Jolla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let me get a polo burrito.
Pollo.
Yeah, see?
Are you fluent in Spanish?
See?
See.
Just fold you up and put you in my pocket and take you around town with me. And
There's no
let
way
you
you can
pronounce
I grew
things
up in
for
Southern
me.
California, and I'm born and raised here. So,
Yeah.
and I'm Mexican. So,
Yeah.
That'd be weird if I grew up here. Like, I'm Mexican. No hablo español.
Hablo. Man, yeah. I try to speak a little Spanish, but it's not good.
Yeah, I think you'll get it after a while. Like, it becomes like, it's the ear. You have to like hear it every day kind of thing. you
Right,
know?
right,
I lived in
right.
Japan for 13 months, and I learned Japanese because I lived in an area where everyone spoke Japanese.
Really?
So I would go to the store, I'd be like, excuse me, I want to get milk. Milk. And they were like, gomenasai, wakaranai. Like, it's like, I don't know what you're saying. And I was like, eventually I learned what the words were.
I remember gomenasai because I went to Japan last year, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the only thing I remember, just because I was always bumping
kept
into
saying it
people.
over and over.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
everywhere I went, it was like, gomenasai, gomenasai,
But I
gomenasai.
bet you if you say gomenasai, they took responsibility. And they're like, it was my fault.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
somehow.
totally. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
I hit you.
I went with my two buddies, and we were on the subway one morning that we were there, and we're just like doing our thing, like talking about last night or whatever, just like rapping and flapping, and then we look around and we're like, oh, I think we're supposed to be quiet. Like, there was the most quiet subway I've ever been on in my life.
Because there's signs in the subway that says no talking. It's like a library. It's like Tom and Jerry, like the cartoons. And they're like, no talking, Tom. And they're like, quiet.
Yeah.
And like, that's,
why is that?
It's a place for, like, you know, after work or before work to just be calm and quiet. And there's no need to, like...
Oh, we were getting dirty looks everywhere.
In the subway.
And I was so embarrassed because, like, for us, like, you know, I lived in New York for a while, and, like, you know, Marty and Bo have been around everywhere too, and so it's like, it's just natural to, like, just be talking and, you know,
wow,
chewing the fat everywhere we go.
Everyone's just talking or performing. They're performing in the train.
Sure.
And Japan, it was just like quiet.
Well, we
didn't
didn't even
have space.
We didn't even notice that it was quiet though. That's
no personal
the thing.
bubble.
Yeah.
Like, we're so American that, like, we didn't even notice that it was quiet, and then all of a sudden
we walk in with an entitlement.
This guy was like reading his newspaper, and he just looked up and gave you that, like, dad look when he just, like, folds the newspaper down, you know, like in a cartoon, and just gave us this, like, disapproving head shake, and we were like, oh, and then I was like, come on aside. And then I never talked again the entire trip.
It's true.
No,
it's
anyway.
True.
So Harvey, the Magicians, Wednesday nights. So tomorrow, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah. So tomorrow, the mid-season finale.
Yeah, it's kind of a huge deal. Last episode was one of my favorite episodes, really beautifully written. Summer Bishop, who you guys met, is
friend of the show.
Amazing, and it's just getting better and better, and it's just not going to be a great time for Benedict, which is my character. So you got to, like, tune in, and it's going to be like, whoa.
What happens? I mean, I know you can't exactly tell us, but, like,
well, they're on a quest right now to find all the keys, and if you read the books, you're like, okay, when are they getting to the next level? So they're out at sea, and they're entering the abyss tomorrow. So anything can happen in dark waters.
Into the abyss.
Yeah.
Turn it on, SyFy Network.
That's right.
What
it's
else?
Intense.
It's intense. Yeah, and it's actually my favorite episode that I've shot so far. So tune in.
Really?
Carol King directed it, who, like, directs, like, the X-Files, and the writer and the director, like, duo was my favorite, and there are two females who are like, yes, this is why you need more females directing and writing in Hollywood.
Oh, really? Because it's just that great.
Is that great?
Oh, that's fun. All right, cool. Well, everybody should check that out. What else? Let's see. The Thundermans, that's over, right?
Thundermans over, but we had a great run. We did. You know, that started as a one-day guest star. Like, 5 years ago, I went in. And,
really?
Yeah, I just finished doing
You're such a rock star.
And, like, my agent sent me the script. It's like, it's like a 2-line, and, like, it's like, and whatever, do you want to pass? And I was like, no, we're like, find out he's part of the family. He's like, he's a cousin. They're going to a funeral. And I was like, well, he's family. He's like, yeah. And I was like, well, family never goes away.
Sure.
Family's forever. And he's like, okay, if you want to go in. They were, like, not letting me go in. And I was like, okay, I want to go in. And I did 2 lines. I book it. I get to set. We shoot. And the producers and the writers are like, that's awesome. Like, 2 weeks later, they write a whole episode about him.
Wow.
And then it became recurring for 5 seasons, which is a great job as an actor, because when you're trying to do, like, the next gig, they were so good. I went to do Eye Candy New York, I was a series regular on that. And they were like, we'll just write you out for a little bit. And I went and did that for a series, and, like, came back, and the show ended, and they wrote me back in.
That's amazing.
Yeah, never turned down a 2-line.
Never turned down work, ever.
And by the way, that happens all the time. I don't know if these are facts or not, or if these are just, like, the kind of, like, urban legends that are floating around in my head about things like that. But, like, I believe that Steve Urkel was supposed to only be in the one episode as well. And he's, like, not in the first couple episodes of Family Matters. And then he comes in as just a guy who has a crush on Laura.
The neighbor.
The neighbor, one episode.
He was supposed to be a series regular. He was just, like, the guest star.
Yeah.
And actually, the original mom left the show because Urkel started getting so much attention.
Really?
Yeah. And
I didn't know that
this show's
part
about
of it.
the family, not about him. And it's like, okay, bye, because he was so popular.
Yeah. Did I do that? Yeah. Just I
think that's the story with that, or the mom from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I get those confused because I was like, they were around the same time.
Oh, right, because it was 2 different actors as well.
Yeah, but they also got rid of the daughter in Family Matters, the youngest one.
Oh,
she
right.
Just disappeared one day. Like,
yeah.
There was 3 kids,
she was just gone.
And then one day I was like, no, that's just 2.
You know, like, we don't want to do set teachers anymore.
You know what's weird is that even as a kid, even as watching that, I was like 12 or 13, 14, whenever that was, like, on and going strong. And even at that age, I was watching it, and the youngest daughter, like you said, would be in the theme song, but, like, just never in the show. But they always had her card in the theme song. And I was always watching it, even as a kid, going, like, where'd she go? Like, why? That's so weird that she's in. And, yeah, and the aunt, too, was, like, on there in her...
But that happens a lot, and I feel like it's such a Hollywood story. Like, I just finished doing this pilot for FX that literally 2 weeks ago, pilot season starts in LA.
Right.
So I got back from Christmas, and I was like, okay, and New Year's, and I was like, let's go, pilot season. And my friend Mimi Michaels, who's an actress I did a commercial with like in 2010, was in town with her husband and her baby, getting rid of the storm in New York. Mm-hmm. She was, we're having a wine and cheese night. You should come down. And I was like, okay. I was like, oh, I can't make it. And at the last minute, I was like, wait, I can't make it because the event's tomorrow. I go to this wine and cheese night. It's her 2 brothers, a friend, and her like friend from school, Yvonne. The next day, I get a text from Yvonne. I didn't give her my number. She got a number from me. She's like, hey, I just met you last night. This is weird, but I think you'd be so great for my fiance's new show.
Whoa.
And I was like, what? And it was like, yeah. And it's like, that's so LA. Like, it's like, show up in this dark alley and bring a mask, you know? It's like, I'll do it. So then
okay, fine.
Can't turn down work.
Yeah,
I guess I'll do it again.
I don't do those kind of videos anymore. But I followed through, and I went, and she's like, you have to call your agents now because they've been looking for this character since November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay. And I called. I was like, hey, they're looking for this character. I was like, we don't see it in the breakdown. Blah, blah. It was because it was by invitation only.
Right.
And so calls to the casting director like, okay, we'll see him tomorrow. Go tomorrow. Audition at 10 a.m. Within 6 hours, like, you're testing.
Wow.
Within 48 hours over the weekend, the deal's done. And within a week to the day I had wine and cheese, it was in the, like...
You've already shot it.
No, it was in the trades. So it was, like, announcement of the cast. Regular.
Right.
Holy cow. That's amazing.
That is a Hollywood story. That's a Hollywood story. So... what can you tell us about that show at all, or what it's? I mean, I know it's just a pilot, so it's got to get picked up and all those kinds of things. But
we're really excited about it. It's for FX, and it's called What We Do in the Shadows, and it's based on the documentary or mockumentary from 2014. Okay, Taika Waititi's directing it, who directed Thor, the last Thor.
Oh,
which
wow,
is amazing.
All right,
the cast is really cool. It's really cool. It's about vampires living together, and they're stuck in their ways, but they're living in a modern world, and a documentary crew follows them.
Oh, wow.
So I don't play a vampire, but I long to be a vampire. So I play Guillermo, who's like... so
Double L again.
Guillermo again, yeah. I think that's why I booked it, really, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. The double L just follows you around.
Yeah. So I play a vampire familiar, who's like someone who helps them with everyday tasks in the hopes of one day being turned into a vampire.
Oh, wow.
But you have to gain their trust, and like it's an honor to be a vampire.
I've been working for them for 10 years. So like I've been putting it in, like, putting the work in.
So
and
come on, any day now. You're going to turn me into a vampire.
And keeping those, like, hours, because they sleep during the day, and you're humans, so when they're asleep, you're cleaning the house, but when they're awake, you're also awake. So it's like, yeah. So
it's comedy?
Total comedy, and we get to improvise a lot.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, all the people who've been in the episode have been improv.
It's about vampires, and it's a mockumentary, so have fun doing 6 seasons of that at least, if not more. Yeah. That's amazing. That kind of style is really taking off, like with like American Vandal, which is one of our favorite shows, and that whole thing is... doing really well. So
in The Office, the same casting director.
Oh yeah, The Office.
Cast this.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
She casts like
everything
Golden
funny.
Girls, Family Matters.
Yeah,
she casts like all this. Like
there you go.
Love that.
I think also going back to that guest star kind of story, I'm pretty sure Fonzie as well, one of the like all-time iconic characters in all of TV, was supposed to be a guest star.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
And there's a famous story. Man, here we go. Old man Brett time. Hit the alert button. But anyway, there it is. There's the old man alert. So, Happy Days, Fonzie, everybody. Listen up, kids. Grandpa Brett's going to tell you a story. I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be one episode guest star and then turns into like one of the most iconic TV characters of all time. And the way that... What's his name in real life? It's like one of the
Henry Winkler?
Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
The way that he got the part was that in the audition, Fonzie is supposed to look at himself in the mirror and comb his hair back, like take the comb out of his back pocket, 1950s, comb his hair to the side, and then like say something or whatever, and then walk out for his date or whatever. He's like getting ready for a date. And in the audition, Henry Winkler went in, took the moment, he like looked at himself in the mirror, was like, cool guy Fonzie, took the comb out of his back pocket, went to comb his hair, and then didn't, and went like, hey, like I got this, and then walked out like I don't need to comb my hair, I'm so cool, and that's how he got the part.
I like that.
Yeah, the catchphrase already. They were
saying no to that. Exactly, and like made it his own and stuff. I think that's the lesson there too. It's like as long as you can commit and like do it, go for it. And I don't know, I love that story. All right, plenty more to get into with Harvey on the other side of the break, but this is. I'm gonna let it start for a second. This is The Sound by the 1975.
watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Follow at Brett Davern Show on Instagram for behind-the-scenes pics of Brett, Katie, and their guests. Adobe Radio.
We were just talking during the break. Harvey is good friends with one of my good friends, Molly Tarlov, who we spent 6 seasons together doing Awkward and things. And then we were talking about how, like just things happen for a reason, especially in this crazy business.
Yeah.
Like you were meant to go to that wine and cheese night for whatever reason and meet them. And I remember the year I tested for Awkward and then got the pilot of Awkward. It was like I tested for a couple other pilots. I was really bummed that I didn't get those. And then Awkward came along and I was happy obviously to get that. And then looking back, those other two things never even went past being a pilot. So it's like, yeah, things happen for a reason. Yeah, totally.
It does.
Plus, like, and then the thing I was saying right as we were coming back that I got cut off by my own radio show. How rude. Was that Katie and I have been talking about the business is, I don't know if this is a little too inside baseball for everybody out there, but whatever. I'm going to go into it anyway. The business is moving to a lot of like self-tapes, which is a way of doing auditions now. You just film yourself with your cell phone or whatever, get a friend to film you, and then you send in the tape yourself to the casting directors, and they look at it, hopefully, and cast you and blah, 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 blah. So that's happening a lot more frequently now. And one thing Katie and I were talking about was that I firmly believe that a lot of the jobs that I've ever gotten was because of things that happen between the scenes in the audition room of like just talking and using your personality and whatever. And I worry that might be going away a little bit with self-tapes because it's like, unless you crush the self-tape and then get the callback, but it's like, maybe you would have done something in the pre-read that would have gotten you the callback. So I don't know.
I don't like self-tapes.
I don't like self-tapes either.
I always feel more confident when I'm in the room because it's an instant rapport with, you're showing what you can do with the reader. And even if the reader gives you nothing, you're showing what you can give
Exactly.
Give a wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so like that instant rapport that you have with the casting director or small talk, how was your day? Did you watch that film? Those little moments are extra like seconds that you just get to like show your personality, who you are and what you're bringing to the character. And I think with self-tapes, it's just so easy to click and just see an image and then say, no, not blonde, click.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've gone to stuff that I'm not right for, like I've auditioned for things that were written for like a 6'2" blonde, blue-eyed guy, and I walk in, I'm like, I just want to go in for it. And then I go in and they're like, we didn't think about it that way. Okay,
Right, yeah, exactly.
And they would never accept my tape if I send it in with a pile of like, these are the blonde pile and this is, and I was like, I'm short and stout, I'm Mexican, like this is not my type.
Right.
But they would neuld never give me the opportunity if I don't show it in their face. Like maybe you think this is the type, and they're like, you know what, it is the type.
I completely agree, man. And also, like, I think also we're headed towards this. I'm this like soothsayer, like doomsday predictor over here. That's like, I think we're headed towards this. Exactly. I think we're headed towards this. I don't know, maybe a possible future where it's like you only like. Because what about the people who like if you can't get the tape in by the deadline or whatever? Because like for me, like I have 2 kids. It's like, the house is loud. I can't record the dog starts barking or whatever, and something comes up, or I don't have a friend to film it for me.
That's always the thing, to make friends with actors.
How many, like I just wonder how many actors are out there who would have like crushed that part, but like just couldn't
make it to
figure it out or like get the tape in or whatever.
But I do want to feel, hello, I'm a hippie now. Okay. I want to feel like those things we're saying, like the universe takes care of itself. Those things happen for a reason.
Well,
you're not meant to get
but
that part
then,
anyway.
In that moment, like sending tapes or whatnot, and I go, Magicians actually is an example. I was shooting Status Update in Vancouver, and my manager was like, hey, they have this part, it's in the book, and they're auditioning tomorrow in LA. Can you send your tape in? I was like, sure, get the sides, I learn the script. And then at the last minute, the cast director in LA was like, oh, well, it's here in LA. We have producer session tomorrow. Don't worry. We'll look for something else in this show for him. So don't even bother.
Right.
And I was like, I already learned the lines. I want to send my tape in. And they're like, no. And it's like, he might be a little too young for it anyway. So it's fine. We have already options for tomorrow. And I was so like, God, why would I feel so like, And I was like, you know what? By SAG regulations, they have to have a casting office in Vancouver. And they're like, yeah. Casting office in Vancouver. Can I come in? I'm already here.
Oh, look at you.
And they're like, Harvey, this is why I love you as my client. Calls the casting office in Vancouver. They said, yeah, why not? Come on in. I go down the street the next day and book it.
See?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Sometimes even when you think that it's like maybe this isn't the one. I just want to have that inkling. Like I'm like no, because if I wait around for someone to give me the job and wait around to tell me that I'm right for something, if I don't show you that I'm right for something, you'll never give me the chance.
Yeah.
So I'm always until the last end. I'm gonna kicking and screaming.
Harvey.
I love it.
Harvey, I'm falling in love as I sit here. The more you keep
Valentine's
talking,
Week.
I'm telling you. I love it. It's everything that we talk about on this show, that like take a risk, like just put yourself out there, figure out a way to get it done. I love all those things. And here I am saying, like, maybe you can't get your self-tape done. So it was maybe a little contradictory here. But, like, I don't know. It's a weird shift in the business, and we'll see how it goes and where it ends up. But you're
crushing.
It's
awesome to watch.
Tenacity is...
Tenacity, that's the word.
Great.
This town is full of people who are talented and beautiful. But tenacity.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. Tenacity. It really does, because I have people who are like, they can sing and dance way better than people. Like, it's like, wow, you should be a star. And they're like, I didn't get the audition. I'm quitting. And it's like, well, then you're not meant to do this. You're not meant to do it.
Yeah.
Because if you crumble every time you hear no, we hear more no's in 1 week than most people hear in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
They say, I've heard a statistic, an actor books 1 in 60 auditions.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I would think that's accurate.
I remember you telling me that, Katie, and I was like, I thought about it for a second, and I was like, I think that's probably about right. Yeah.
And so every time you do, you won the lottery. Every time I book something, I always say, I won the lottery again.
Yeah.
I literally won the lottery because I had to, like, outbeat all these people, and here I am. So, like, last night, every time I'm on set, if I have family who comes to visit, and I'm, like, with the person I love, and, like, just family and friends, and I'm doing what I love, everything I love is within 5 feet, so everything's tangible.
Yeah.
So that's, like, the happiest time of my life.
That's a great way to look
at it. Everything I love is 5 feet away.
That's a great way to look at it. Oh, I love it.
That's amazing.
Quickly becoming my new favorite person. I love it. Oh man, everything I was going to talk about is like flying out the window. It's fine. Should we do our 10 or whatever? He's got me all flustered. Should we do the questions? Is that what we should do?
Yeah, right over there? You're trying to
I'm good. I just, like, I love meeting positive, cool people, Like, I say it all the time. Like, when I first moved to L.A., friends with a lot of actors, knew a lot of actors who came here from New York, and we all kind of moved here at the same time. And you stick close to that, like, community that But the thing is that a lot of them became very negative and, like, jaded right away because of all the no's, like you're talking about, and, I couldn't get an agent, and blah, 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 and nobody likes me, and, like, all this negative energy. And I kind of fell into that as well a little bit. And then I just remember one day, just kind of, like, through happenstance, and some things happened, and it was just, like, kind of stopped hanging out with those people a little bit. And then things just kind of started happening because I was more positive and, like, whatever. And so ever since then, my whole thing is, like, you might be surrounded by negative people and surround yourself with positive people. Yeah. And so I just, meeting you, and you seem very positive, and we should hang out. That's all I'm saying. Let's hang out.
We're gonna hang out.
Let's go have some wine and cheese.
Let's do it.
Get your boy a job. All right. Anyway.
You are pretty pale. You could probably be a vampire.
You think so? Oh, yeah, maybe.
There you go.
All right. Let's. So I don't have my 2 note cards that I usually have. I have these 2 patented note cards. They'll be in stores soon. The patent is at the patent office. One's orange, one's purple. They're made of paper. It's a real complicated process.
Okay,
but anyway, I don't have them with me today, but I have my computer where all the questions and things are stored. And usually I take the 2 note cards and put them behind my back and tell people to pick left or right. So I'll just pretend that I did that. Okay. Harvey, there's 2 note cards behind my back. Okay. Go ahead and pick one.
The one on your right.
Oh, okay. Oh, 8 questions. Whoa, that's weird. You picked the card that has 8 questions on it,
that's weird.
Not the card that has this or that. All right, so 8 questions with Harvey. Here we go. Now, they start out easy, and then if you're not crying by the end, I haven't done something right.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Number 1. What is your most used emoji?
The side eye, like... Like, my sister and I always do that. Like, she goes like, oh, cool. Like, she'll, like, be at Disneyland, so like, wish you were here, and I send her. That's my favorite one.
Number 2.
I love my sis.
Did you ever have an AOL Instant Messenger? And if so, what was your screen name?
I did not.
You did not?
I never did. No, I didn't. Actually, we didn't have a computer in my house.
Really?
Yeah, growing up, whenever I used a computer, I had to use it in the library or the school. Mm-hmm. Because... my mom was not spending money on a computer. She was like, that's a luxury for rich people.
I remember...
And I was like, really? Because I need to do homework. I was like, and then you figured out how I did. And I was like, homework at the library.
Wow,
Like,
yeah, sure. I remember we got AOL, like we had a computer later though, and then we got AOL by those like CD-ROMs that you used to get in the mail.
Hours?
Yeah, they'd send you like 100,000 free hours of AOL.
I actually
or
get
whatever.
those, but I was like, I don't have a computer. I can't use these.
There's no music on this CD. Yeah. Anyway,
funny.
Number 3, Harvey. Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh, celebrity crush. I've always had a crush on Kate Winslet.
Oh.
I don't know why. Not that it would ever work happen, but I just thought she was like, I don't know, something about her in Titanic. I just remember falling in love with her.
Very classy.
Yeah, probably her and Leo. So maybe it became like a duo. Like that's why I was just like, maybe I just wanted that storyline.
Or just the cast of Titanic.
Yeah,
You
cast
take
of
the whole
Billy
set.
Zane. Come on down.
Rose.
My wife. My wife.
My wife.
Yes, you are my.
Oh, he crushes that movie. He's so evil.
So good.
Such a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4. Oh, this is kind of a new one, actually. This might be new. I might need to update this for Boy Wonder. What is your favorite candy bar?
Ooh, my favorite candy bar. I think I like Mexican candy. Like, I don't even know it's a candy bar. It's literally just like tahini, like caramel on a spoon.
That's not a candy bar.
It's candy, though. Let me think of a candy bar that I do like. I think Snickers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Snickers. My dad
There
used
you
to
go.
like Snickers a lot. Like, we'd go to the baseball game, he'd buy Snickers.
You know,
So-
it's
Is
so...
a Reese's cup a candy bar?
No. Katie, no.
It's a chocolate.
We've already been over this on the show.
I
The
just
answer is
wanted
no.
Harvey's opinion.
That question...
If I can't do the tahini, like Mexican candy on a
Yeah,
spoon,
no, I'm not letting him get away with
that.
that. The reason we started asking that question, I asked my buddy one time, what's your favorite candy bar? He said a Reese's peanut butter cup, and we had a full-on, like, hour-long argument.
Yeah.
Where I was like, that's not a candy bar.
Yeah, if you would have taken bar out of the whole question.
Right.
then-
Candy
gotta-
fine, but
Yeah,
candy
exactly.
bar.
See, that's why I ask it that way. Katie,
Candy bar.
mess with my question.
Snickers. I'm going to go with Snickers.
I like,
Yeah.
Snickers. By the way, since
Standard.
Katie pointed out, now there's Snicker bars that come 2 bars to a pack.
Yeah.
They're... Now I'm seeing them everywhere. I
Yeah.
didn't know that existed.
Sometimes you feel like you have to finish the whole thing, remember? And like you're like, I'm gonna wrap this for later, or
Now
but
it's like 2 fun size.
Save it for later.
It's just interesting that I didn't even know that existed until Katie said it, and then now I can't stop seeing them.
Yeah, almond joys are like that too, right? Almond joys are like 2 pieces, which I like because I don't think I could do 2 straight almond joys at once. It's too much
No.
coconut and almond.
No,
I like
too
one,
much.
and I'm like, that was enough. And then-
One of the old school regular size candy bars is a little too much anyway. Like
Yeah.
like you're saying, like
Yeah.
ugh, crazy.
That's why a Reese's peanut butter cup is great, because you
The
just
third
get the
portion.
little...
Yeah, except it's not a candy bar. All right, moving on.
You really want that?
You guys are gonna set me off again. All right, number 5. Finish this sentence. Something I need to improve upon is.
Something I need to improve upon is spending more time with people I care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like because our job takes us and it's random. I've missed weddings and
Sure.
anniversaries.
Yep, me
and,
too. Yeah.
And graduations, and I feel guilty. And though the people I love understand, like I've missed weddings and I cry about it, and they're like, "No, I understand," because the person who's getting married is an actress, and she's like, "No, trust me, dude. If I was in your place, I'd understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go away for 3 months and shoot, and I
Yeah.
was like, so I never make plans that far ahead because I can't commit to them. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
No,
And-
I know. It's the craziest thing.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It
Yeah.
drives family crazy.
But
like,
I make that
especially-
time, and I want to make that time. So
Yeah.
that's my goal. Is like whenever I do have time, I'm the person who's like, "Hey, let's have dinner. Let's have they're
Right.
Like, oh, I thought you were.
Oh
in
yeah,
town."
you have to.
Yeah,
You have
I'll
to.
come back to town for like just 12 hours, and I'll be like, "Let's have." I'll use that. Like, I'll use it. I won't waste it.
It drives people
It's
in
great.
my life crazy. They'll say like, especially like family who are out of town and have like nothing to do with the business at all. They'll be like, "What are you doing 5 months from now? We want to go on a vacation." And I go, "Let me know 3 days before you're supposed to leave, and then we can figure
Thank
it
you.
out." Yeah, it's one of those
I had
things.
a birthday party that I planned. I was like, I'm going to Thailand, and I invited like my close friends. I was like, let's go to Thailand. Who wants to go to Thailand? They bought tickets and everything, and I booked a movie.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, I booked a movie, guys, and they looked at me and they're like, we're going to Thailand like in 3 days, and I was like, it was the internship. I
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like,
Vince Vaughn
I
and-
can't like
yeah.
turn this down, and they were like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go and have a good time in your name and in your honor.
Oh, that's
and they
great,
actually
though.
went, and they actually
They
said
still
they
went?
wouldn't have gone to Thailand if I didn't.
Sure.
push it. And they're like, actually, that was a great trip.
Sometimes,
even though you weren't there, it was a great trip.
I'm telling you, sometimes it's been a while since I've had a job or whatever, and I'll just go up to my buddies and be like, hey, man, why don't you propose? Because I could use a job. So if you plan a wedding date, I'll definitely book a job because that's how this business works.
That's a great way to look. Yeah.
So, like, I know you and your girlfriend have been together a while.
Let's do
like,
it.
I need a job. Maybe you propose. Let's go ring shopping.
It's
what do you
all
say?
around.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Number 6. What is your spirit animal and why?
I think that's like a combination of a panda and a dolphin. I love dolphins and I love pandas.
I love that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love the carefreeness of a dolphin, and I love the playfulness of a panda and the playfulness of a dolphin.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dolphins,
awesome.
the teenagers of the ocean.
That's why, yeah.
Absolutely.
Always get in trouble.
Always just surfing, smoking weed, getting high.
Having sex with everyone.
Oh, man. Humans, dolphins,
Dolphins are one of the
whatever.
few animals who have sex for pleasure. Like,
Right.
it's for fun.
There's a documentary about a human and a dolphin relationship.
I'm sorry, what?
What are you
guys
talking
can
about?
check that out.
Would that be a
Okay.
male or a female human?
It was a male.
I don't know if it matters. They kind of really...
Male.
I was just curious.
Listen,
about,
first of all, Katie,
Bestiality.
2018. It's 2018. I think he identifies as a male, and the dolphin identifies as a female.
Don't put any labels on dolphins.
That's right. But no, there is a documentary. It's just like a short documentary. It's like a 30-minute documentary. The guy, he used to work at like a SeaWorld type place. You guys should check it out.
Oh, he shouldn't work there.
Yeah, he should definitely
I don't
work
think
in
he
that.
does anymore. He's
That's
probably
why.
not
That's why.
allowed within certain feet of schools and all kinds of things. Hey,
Oh, boy.
just
Or
check it out.
SeaWorlds.
Check it out. Yeah, no SeaWorld for him. Number 7, Harvey. Do you prefer wearing boxers, boxer briefs, tidy whities, or go commando?
Boxer briefs.
Without looking, do you know what color you're wearing today?
Black and green.
Number 8. This is the most important question of them all. All right, now. We've had a lot of fun here today. I don't want to ruin it. But question number 8 is the most important question. Ask everybody this question, even out there in life, because even though I think it's a simple question, might be a simple answer, I'm not sure, but your answer will tell me everything that I need to know about you as a person, and I will judge you by your answer for the rest of your life. He's not crying. I didn't do it right. All right. Anyway, number 8. What is your favorite fruit?
Mango.
Without hesitation. That's a wrap, everybody, on another edition of the Brett Davern Show. Thank you for listening live on Adobe Radio, subscribing on YouTube, or listening wherever you get your podcast. Hey, if you like what you heard, everybody, just tell a friend.
Tell him.
That's all. You know, you could go up to your friend and be like, hey, did you know that Steve Urkel was only supposed to be on one episode of Family Matters? And then they're like, I didn't know that. My mind is blown. Where'd you hear that? And then you're like, I heard that on the Brett Davern Show on Adobe Radio featuring Katie LeClaire.
Oh, boy.
Even though that's not the official title of the show. When we first started this show, I was like, hey, Katie, do you want to put your name on the show? She was like, no way. And then guess what? A couple months later, she's like, I think I could say featuring Katie LeClaire.
There you go.
That's
was
not what
like,
happened.
well,
Your brother
okay.
did that for me.
I was like, well, okay.
Shit. Evolve with the time.
That's right.
All right. Say goodbye, Producer Katie.
Goodbye.
Producer Katie is on it, Twitter and Instagram at Katie Leclerc. At least that's how it's spelled. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BDAV. That's how it's spelled. You can follow the show on any social medias, including Facebook at Brett Davern Show, or go to idobi.com for archived episodes, photos, and much, much more. Today's guest, Harvey, don't call him Guillen, can be found on everything at Harvey Guillen. HarveyGuillen. Give him a follow. Check out everything he's up to because he's up to about 1 million things. The Magicians on SyFy. Mid-season finale tomorrow night on SyFy. Also, a movie that we didn't even get to get into, which you'll have to come back when it comes out. But status update.
Oh, yeah.
Come back and tell us about
and
that.
Truth or Dare.
I saw your...
Dare, yeah.
Truth or
Wait,
Dare.
Truth or Dare. There's a million things we couldn't even get to, but I saw on your Instagram
from Status Update, like these guys doing these crazy stunts.
Yeah.
That movie looks crazy.
I did my own stunts.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when it comes out, hopefully you'll come back and tell us all about it.
It's out in Europe right now, actually, in the UK, in Ireland and the UK, and it's coming to America soon. So
There you go. And then also a movie, Truth or Dare, which Katie and I, it was up at the Mammoth Film Festival, so we talked to some of your co-stars on the red carpet and
Brittany,
all
Christina,
kinds of things. Yeah.
Cassie.
Cassie's funny.
Check him out on social media, everybody. So once again, for Boy Wonder and Katie and Matadocious and Harvey and somebody texting in from the 34, which is Spain, and the 816 and the 44 and the 425 and the 920 and the 413 and the 530 and Sophie Bentley. Some of them come in as email addresses, so I got their names. I'm Brett, and I'm reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. We will see you tomorrow. That was our show. Good night. Do it again. My wife? Rose? In love with him?
Yeah, must pass as a gentleman.
Good night, Billy Zane.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show today. But don't worry, they'll be back tomorrow on Adobe Radio Live, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific.